Welcome back to Triple Bubble Sports Talk. I'm Josh. It's Roy right there. It's not Bryce. We have a special guest. Chadwick is over there in the far corner. So hello, Chad.
What up?
Chad is
Welcome,
unfortunately
Chad.
a White Sox fan, so he's gonna have to sit through some pain talking about his Sox and their past few seasons. But I think it's better than it was last season, so we'll see. We're gonna rip it right off the rip. Pod 122, AL Central. That's why Chad's going to be here this week for us. Chad, we always start with the last place team of last year's standings. This has nothing to do with what we think. This is just the pure standings of last season. And in fifth place, we'll start it with your Chicago White Sox. There are additions that they've made of notice. I don't go through all of them. Austin Hayes from Cincinnati, Sir Anthony Dominguez from Toronto, Luis Angel Acuna from the Mets, and Munetaka Murakami from Japan. Subtractions, really, the only noticeable one I had was Luis Robert Jr. All the others were kind of, they were whatevers. Lineup in Chicago looks like second base Chase Maedroth, catcher Kyle Teal. This is coming from Fangraphs, Chad, so if this isn't exactly how you think it'll go, don't shoot me. Kyle Teal at catcher, Colson Montgomery at short, Munetaka Murakami at first, Miguel Vargas at third, Benintendi in left, Austin Hayes in right, Brooks Baldwin in center, and Edgar Cuero at DH, with Corey Lee, Sosa, Luis Angel Acuna, and Everson Pereira, Yankees legend, in center field, in the outfield. Rotation looks like Shane Smith, Davis Martin, Shane Burke, Austin K, Eric Fetty. Oh, I put two of these screenshots together. Oops. Bullpen looks like Sir Anthony Dominguez, Jordan Leisure, Grant Taylor, Sean Newcomb, Jordan Hicks. I don't know the rest. I'm not going to lie. All right. Roy, I'm going to let you go first. What are your thoughts on the White Sox?
I mean, you got rid. I mean, you're going with young kids, which I mean, I like that Montgomery. I think he's going to be a good star for you at some point. I've been a Benintendi fan for even when he was a Yankee, when he's a freaking Royal. I like him. He's had an injury problem from he's going to get hurt or something. So if he can stay healthy, I like him. I'm still questioning that. Is it Murakami? I don't know how he's gonna. That's one I just worry about for you guys, for the White Sox. I mean, you got a young pitching staff. I like Smith and Burke, and so I think you're going to be young this year. I think it'll be better than last year. I think your team kind of quit on you at moments. And I think the organization just got rid of some of the guys that quit. So I think this team could be better than they were last year. This division is not that hard to make an improvement. So I could see a better improvement you got some Austin Hayes is a good addition. So it could be a good an improvement for the White Sox this year.
Chad,
it won't be as hard for you to watch it. Hopefully.
No, I think they do notably better. I mean, obviously 2024, you can't get any worse. They made, I think, a reasonable jump for 25. 26, I'm looking at my other screen here, just because Damaj or Josh? I don't know.
You can call me Damaj, that's fine.
Call him dumbass is fine.
I'll go with Damaj. I don't like Fetty in the rotation. I don't think he makes the opening day rotation. I think he's a swing man. The only substitution I would make out is who is it? I said his name. Drew Thorpe's coming back at some point in the regular season. But Sean Newcomb is the guy I think is going to replace Fetty in the rotation.
Okay.
So they've already said Shane Smith is the opening day starter. Yeah. I like Davis Martin as number 2. I like Sean Burke as number 3. I like Anthony Kay as number 4. I think it's going to be Sean Newcomb for number 5, if not Jonathan Cannon.
Is Newcomb coming off an injury? Did he get hurt last year?
I mean, I know he's been hurt. I don't know if he's coming off one this past season, but I mean, probably.
He's had injuries. He's going to be.
I like him. I think he's a good pitcher.
Yeah.
What?
I think he's a good pitcher. No, I like him.
Yeah, I liked him way back when he was with the Braves.
Yeah,
that's
how I remember.
Prospect out there. But I think he's going to start off in the rotation, if not Jonathan Cannon. I just looked. I know Mike Vasile. I know that's one of the no names you're probably talking about.
Yeah.
I like him in the bullpen. And I like Tyler Gilbert also. Possibly, maybe. Guy has a no-hitter to his credit. so not
Yep.
awful. In terms of the lineup, I think Acuna is going to start in the center.
Okay.
Brooks Baldwin, I don't think his glove's not there. He was a middle infielder by trade.
Yep.
I think it's going to be Acuna opening in center. I know Chris Getz is really high on him. I don't know if he kept talking, oh, well, he's a switch hitter. He's a great switch hitter. He bats righty.
Yeah, I know he's ready.
But I've been saying from the start, I think right now on DraftKings, they're favored at 67.5 wins on the season. My gut, I really do believe they win 70-71. If I want to fantasize about the White Sox, 75-76.
Are you excited about Murakami at all?
I'm not terribly familiar with him. I know he's a big. He was huge in Japan. I've talked to Dimaj a couple of times about his problems hitting the fastball.
Yep.
But he's looked solid in the Classic so far.
Yep.
The power is still there. If he comes out and he can bat us. The other thing that I'm really big on is I'm not huge into the advanced metrics, but if you look at the traditional stats, I think if we can get 225, 30 homers, 90 RBIs we're paying him what? I think 17 million this year, 17 mil next year.
Yeah, something like that. A little under 20.
I think that's a good deal.
Yeah.
He'll have Vargas hitting behind him. Benintendi, I think you said he's going to be batting like sixth.
On here,
Montgomery at third, batting third at short.
Yeah.
I think he can. I think batting 220, 30 homers, 80, 90 RBIs, I think that's a good year for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I look at the White Sox this year, I like a lot of the moves they made. I like getting Austin Hayes. If he hits for you, he hits for you. If he doesn't, he's probably at 1-year deal, 2-year deal. Doesn't take up much roster spot.
He's 1 year, $5 million.
Yeah, and I know Seranthony Dominguez, good year last year, got dealt from Baltimore to Toronto. Signs him. Again, nothing that's locking him into that position. If he plays well and someone deals from it at the deadline, they can add. So I like the swings they make. At least you lose Luis Robert Jr., but he just wasn't going to perform here anymore. It just wasn't in the cards. You got to cut your losses. They got Luis Angel Acuna. He's not going to be a superstar. No. Will he play baseball for you for the next 6 years? Yeah, and at the end of the day, you need MLB-level players. I like the swing on Murakami. I mean, because he's the best power hitter Japan's seen. I'm not saying as in Shohei Ohtani. I mean, like in Japan's world. Shohei Ohtani didn't have that type of power while he was over there. He's the best power hitter in Japan's history. I mean, if he comes over here and hits, 40 bombs, it doesn't matter really what he hits average-wise. If he hits 40 and drives in 85, I mean, that's what MLB is up to today. So the contract would be worth it, and you never know. He could figure out how to, make some contact over here. All of a sudden, he turns into a 250, 260 hitter with 40 home runs. Then you're looking at Pete Alonso, basically, on $17 million. So, and if he's terrible, guess what? It's Joey Gallo, and you what, 3-year deal?
We've got him on 2 years, $34 million.
It's the risk reward to me for the Sox is there. I like it. I like some of the young players, but some of the players I like aren't named. You look at Noah Schultz. I've talked to Chad about this a lot. Yeah. One of the best lefty prospects. Hagen Smith, lefty prospect. Both of them are in Double and AAA. The White Sox own the number 1 pick. They're going to take the shortstop out of UCLA, add him. He's probably in the big leagues in 2 years. I like the way that the White Sox are going about it. I think the starting rotation isn't great, in my opinion, for now. Wait till some of the young kids come up. And the bullpen's always the last thing to go or get upgraded on a team because you don't need it when you're bad. But I agree. I think this team upgrades. I think they're better. Do I think they're a playoff team? No. Do I think they're better in 60 and 102? Yes.
Do you think they go over 67.5? Sorry.
Yes. Nope. 67. I do believe. I believe they're right around there, maybe the 70 win mark. But I mean, yeah.
Okay. That's all I want.
Yep. Roy, you want the next one?
Sure. The 4th place team last year was the Minnesota Twins. They finished 70 and 92. No additions, no subtractions. They start Buxton, Bell, as a Keishol, Larnach. Caratini, Lewis, Wallner, Jeffers, and Lee as their all these are draft picks that they have drafted in the first 2 rounds, except for Bell and Caratini. They're starting their rotation. You got Joe Ryan, Ober, Richardson, Bradley still in there. Is that Abel?
Yep, Abel.
And again, guys that they traded for or drafted throughout this. They're bullpen guys. You got Taylor Rogers, Funderburk, Chafin's still there. That shows it hurts. And then Adams. Pablo Lopez is hurt. Is that Festa? Is who you guys has injuries? Injuries on the roster.
Yep. I'll go first on the Twins. I'll be pretty quick. This team just traded the house last year at the deadline, and I'll give them their props. I feel like the Twins have been just good enough to not be terrible, not good enough to win in any type of playoff series for the last 10 years. Their core, they dealt, it started with trading Correa last year. That's kind of what the first domino to fall was. I liked that when they decided to sell, multiple pieces, they sold the house. You need to hit that reset button every once in a while. They still have some solid players. You look at, Keishel, you look at Byron Buxton, you look at Royce Lewis. Some of these guys have good potential. Brooks Lee, I'll even throw in there. Joe Ryan's a stud. He won't be here before this season ends, so just cross that name off the list. I like the trade to go get Taj Bradley. You trade a reliever for a young starter that has potential. Hasn't stayed healthy in Tampa Bay, but you never know. Mick Abel, that's what they got for Duran trade last year. I like what the pieces they got. They got young, controllable starters and a couple prospects. I mean, is this team I just don't see them winning 70 games. Maybe if Joe Ryan is there and pitches, great, and some of these young guys take a step up, Bradley and Abel, but I don't love them. I think this team takes a step back in a reset year and maybe sells more pieces off, but I just don't see this team. They need a couple of years now.
Go ahead, Chad.
So I've told Dimaj a million times. He knows I can't stand the Twins. I don't think they're a good team. I don't think they have. I will boldly say right now, one, the White Sox have a considerably better year than the Twins. I think long term, I think the White Sox are more likely to win a championship over the Twins. And again, I got DraftKings showing 73.5 for the Twins. I don't think they sniff that. I think the Twins are happy to win or to lose under 100 games this year. I think Joe Ryan's gone at the deadline.
Yep, I agree.
I know Boston last year really wanted him.
Yep.
I'm sure they're going to be looking at him again among a bunch of other teams. I wouldn't be shocked if Byron Buxton's gone.
I think they tried. I don't think he wanted to leave. I believe he's got no trade clause, so it makes it a little bit tougher.
He doesn't want to, but at the end of the day, if someone says, "Hey, we're trying to trade you," do you really want to? You got a guy like Buxton. He was the second overall pick. He's got to be early 30s, looking for a championship.
32.5.
32.5. He's still a great center fielder. Has that power. Has that speed.
Yep.
If a contender God forbid, the Dodgers. A team like the Dodgers says, "Hey, we want Byron Buxton." You're telling me he's going to say, "Oh, I don't want to go there."
True.
No, he'll go to a team or Atlanta if Atlanta bounces back. I see him wanting to go home, but I like the Mick Abel trade from last year. I really like that. Bailey Ober, I'm not as sold on as a top of the rotation guy.
Yeah.
I don't know how often you've watched him pitch, but for a guy that's like 6'8" and he's throwing like 92, like to me, it's just he's bound to have a huge regression year. And then I'm looking. They've traded all their bullpen. Outside of Buxton, they don't have an offense.
No.
You got Josh Bell at first base.
He's on his ninth.
Hoping Royce Lewis has
the journeyman.
If Royce Lewis is healthy, assuming you keep Buxton, all right, you've got two guys. But other than that, I don't see. I'm biased in that I don't like the Twins to begin with. I can admit I won't look past that bias.
All right.
Twins go 63.99.
I mean, I agree. I think they did a reset. I think this is a team that's not going to perform as well. I mean, Buxton, if he can stay healthy, he's great. He's good early here, and then he gets hurt, and then he just can't stay healthy. That's another problem with him. Yeah, and you add Josh Bell, who's a journeyman from what did you say? This is 19 about. It seems like. I like Royce Lewis. He can't stay healthy either. Joe Ryan, I love Joe Ryan, and like you guys said, he won't be there past the trade deadline this year.
They're going to go haul for him.
And they tried. I mean, yeah, they should have traded last year. I think they were, from what I read, there were some big ones out there. They were hoping to try to keep them, and do something, this year. So, but you didn't. They didn't do anything to upgrade. It didn't improve. I mean, you trade all these guys. You got all these draft picks. That's great, but you're not going to hit on all these guys. That's the problem. Yeah. You draft all these guys. You're never going to hit. They always say you hit about 2 out of 20 is what they say. That's not great odds. And you draft every one of these. If you look at according to this thing, you got of your 9 batters, 7 of them were draft picks.
Yeah.
So you're only going to. I mean, Buxton's getting up there. He's a good ball player, but he just can't stay healthy. I just think this team's going to take a step back. I don't think they're going to be that good. They're going to start trade. They'll trade Joe Ryan. They'll trade. I think Buxton will get traded. I think he will get traded. So they're not afraid to trade anybody.
Coming up, right?
Do
they have any notable prospects?
One, Walter Jenkins, outfielder. He's a good prospect. Kind of running the same Twins problem, though. He kind of can't stay healthy. Plays about 80 games a year in the minors, but he's a high average, high power guy. So
yeah, I mean they're just not a Minnesota team they're not going to battle that well for the division. Yeah. So I don't see much out of them.
I like unrelated. One guy I do like they have. I wouldn't mind seeing Gio Urshela do well.
Yankees legend Gio
Urshela. I do like Gio Urshela.
He's not fantastic. Was he on that list?
I didn't have him on the list, but I know he's there.
He's on their third base, probably a minor league deal.
Yeah.
But I like him.
He makes the roster. All right. Next one, third place, Kansas City Royals. Took a bit of a step back last year, made the playoffs in 24. 82-80, missed the playoffs. Still a solid year, just a few games step back. Additions, they had Cameron Meisner from Tampa. Isaac Collins, breakout year in Milwaukee, they trade for. And then they had Matt Strahm, Phillies reliever. Subtractions, they traded Angel Zerpa, possibly one of their best closers to Milwaukee, or best bullpen arms. And they traded I think they released him, MJ Melendez. Sorry, I need to zoom in. Lineup, Michael Garcia over at third, MVP candidate Bobby Witt Jr. at short, Vinny Pasquantino at first. Still kicking, 35 and almost 36-year-old Salvi Perez catching. He's a DH. I don't know why they had him listed at catcher.
Yeah.
Top prospect, Jack Caglione, right fielder, Jonathan Indy at second, Carter Jensen, catching prospect. He'll catch. At DH, but like I said, he'll be the catcher. Isaac Collins out in left and Kyle Isbell in center. With Starlin Marte, I didn't put him on the list because he's just so old at this point. Lane Thomas, Michael Massey. Rotation looks like Cole Reagans, Michael Walker, Chris Bubich, Seth Lugo, and Noah Cameron. Why is it doubling? I don't know why it did that. I'm just now noticing that. Bullpen, Carlos Estevez is the closer with Lucas Ursig, Matt Strahm, John Schreiber, Nick Mears, Alec Lang, Bailey Falter, and Daniel Lynch, the fourth? Yeah. Chad, I'll have you go first on the Royals. What do you think?
All right. Again, kind of go with my theme. Starting with Royals are listed at 82.5. I think that's incredibly accurate.
Yeah.
I like the Royals for 82, 83, maybe 85 wins. The Royals and we'll get to them, the Guardians. Those are the two teams that no matter what, they always seem to be in the thick of it lately. My Soxmen trash the Twins. I don't like the Twins. The Tigers, we'll get to them, but the Royals and Guardians, I always think are those two teams that are always in the thick of it. I love their rotation. I like Reagans. I like Bubich. I don't think I like Waka as a number 3 starter, but I think Selby has a good year. I know Dimaj kind of wrote off Starling Marte. I think he has a solid, not great. He's not what he used to be, but I think he's a serviceable fourth outfielder, DH type.
Yep.
I think he's going to give you 20, 25 stolen bases. Looking at the bullpen, I still like Carlos Estevez. Matt Strom's gone. I don't think he finishes the year with them. And Pasquantino, Pasquan or Pasquin?
It's Pasquantino, I think. I call him the Pasquatch. I don't even say his last name anymore.
I have his bobblehead in the basement. Either way, I really like the guy, and he's
a great hitter.
You don't see him on social media.
Oh, yeah.
He's very interactive on social media.
Oh, I didn't know that.
If you look on
Bryce probably knows that.
He's pretty fun. I like the Royals. I do. Like if I was going to root for a team that wasn't my Sox in the AL Central, I can see myself rooting for the Royals. I think Bobby Witt gets even better.
Oh God.
I think he's what? He's got like 24, maybe 25.
25 and a half.
25 and a half. So he's starting to hit those prime like Mike Trout years.
Yep.
Where I think we're going to start seeing his speed he's going to drop a little bit of speed. We're going to start seeing him bulk up. I don't think I could see him having a 40-40 year.
Yeah, I mean
I really see a 40-40 coming from him. I like Bobby Witt a lot. Yeah, I like.
I agree. This team, I mean, Josh has a hard on for Royals. He always has. This team, I mean, I'm not a Royals fan, but this team, I mean, they got a good team. I mean, I like their starting rotation too. I mean, Lugo just keeps throwing, and I don't know how the guy did 36 just keeps throwing strikes and winning. I don't know how he does it. This lineup, Bobby Witt is a star. He started off not very good last year.
Slow month.
Struggled. But that guy, Bobby Witt, as I think I texted last night in our chain, wasting away in Kansas City could be a bright star if he was in freaking New York or freaking LA or something. But hey, he's doing. I like Garcia. Perez. The dude just keeps sticking around, puts that weight in the ball, and it flies out.
Hey, keeps hitting.
Jock, Catalino or whatever. That guy can hit. Is a good hitter. This team has enough in the bullpen with Estevez and stuff to win the division. 82. I think they'll win more than 82 games this year. I think you're playing. I think you're playing the Twins because you play Twins, and I don't think the Twins are going to be that good. So you're going to get more wins. I just think they'll be better this year than they were last year.
I didn't realize the Royals also have Lane Thomas.
Yes, he's on the bench.
That's another guy. He's nothing special, nothing great. I've always liked him.
Yep.
I can see him having a solid year in he's low pressure market. He's staying in the worst division in baseball.
Yeah, I'd say he didn't go very far. Yeah,
and I agree with Marte. Sorry, I agree with Marte because he'll have a good year. It's kind of like reminds me of Soler, who came over and had a good year with the Royals. Was not very good everywhere else, and then comes back. And Marte, I think, could have that no pressure and just go out there and do it.
Yeah, I mean, Roy hit it on the head. I love the Royals. I just love them. I just think they're so. Bobby Witt to me is just such a fun player to watch. There's nothing better in baseball than a 5-tool player. I understand that's the best type of player you can get, but they're just so exciting. They can do every single thing on the field. Bobby Witt, if the MLB redrafted today from scratch, and you said one season we're trying to win, I believe he's the third pick in the draft behind Ohtani, Judge, Witt. I think he's the third pick. He's so young. He's so fantastic. And that type of energy is contagious. Small market. He likes being in Kansas City. They've extended him, so he's not going anywhere, sadly. But like Chad said, Pasquantino, great hitter. Salvi, he's old. He's slow. I mean, I don't even know if he can run to first base, but he still hits. I'm so excited for the chance for Jack Caglione to hit. I mean, he's like Spencer Jones. I mean, when he hits it, it's absolutely gone. Got to make more contact. He played maybe, 40 games maybe last year. Just wasn't good. That's how it happens. Actually, I think he played more than that now that I think about it. But he's just got to be better. And hopefully
He'll
with
get
a
more
full off-
exposure. Like he'll get used to that major league pitching. So
and he's playing for Team Italy right now with Pasquantino. Michael Garcia kind of broke out last year, was always a solid player, but pretty much was an all-star last year. I'll see if he can keep it up. Not as high on Michael Garcia as some of the other people. I think he's an idiot. I agree with Chad. I like the rotation a lot. Seth Lugo and Michael Walker both just continue to do enough. They're good. They're not great, and they're solid, and they don't, ever really get blown up. The one thing I will say about this team is, and this is what happens with small market teams, I am a little bit afraid of some injury bugs hitting some people. I mean, you're like a Bobby Witt Jr. 2-month injury away from, being a 70-win team. That rotation, I like Walken, I like Lugo, but 36 and 34, a couple of those guys get hurt. Chris Bubich has had injury problems. Cole Reagans has had some injury scares recently. If this team can stay healthy, I think they can make the playoffs. I think they're right at that line.
I see them as like the second wild card winner.
Yeah, but I could see, a couple injuries away. I could see them also being below 80 wins. So we'll see.
It really just depends on come mid-July. I'll even say before the deadline.
Yeah,
I don't think they win the division. I think the AL East is going to be so tough for them.
Yep.
I think
3 teams from the East are probably getting in. Probably.
I think they're fighting for that second or third
Yankees.
wild card.
All right,
The
Roy,
Yankees aren't going anywhere.
second team.
All right, second place team was Detroit Tigers, 87-75. Additions was Faber, Valdez. Why did you put Efros on here?
I put Yankees legend Scott Efros on
that
there.
That is
for
not
you,
an addition. Whatever. Kenley
Chad,
Jansen.
I like to add every former Yankee that's ever played, and I always say, "Oh, Yankees legend blank."
Yeah. So
It
the
makes him so
subtraction,
mad.
Tommy Cagle. Is he legend too?
Yeah,
Tommy.
subtractions. Tommy Kahnle, Yankees legend.
Yeah,
If you
not
ever
a
play
legend.
the Immaculate Grid, use Jacoby Ellsbury every chance you can. That's a Yankees legend.
Roy's
Yeah.
a Yankee fan, if you didn't know. So
I'm a
he
Yankee
also
fan.
doesn't like
Half
that
these
name.
guys are a bunch of idiots.
Oh, I didn't, but I stand by it.
Yeah, he always
I
put
hated Ellsbury.
Ellsbury on a grid, and it makes me so mad. I go take that name off your list.
The batting order you got for was it McGingle? Gongle?
McGonigal.
I like him a lot.
Torres, Carpenter, Green, Torkelson, Perez, Keith, Dingler, and McKinsky. The starting rotation: Skubal, Valdez, Flaherty, Verlander, and Mize. Casey Mize. Their bullpen: Kenley Jansen is a closer. You got Finnegan, Holt, Anderson, Herder, and Zabrinsky.
Yep.
And then your injured players, you can look at those and say if you want to.
Yeah, Jackson Jobe, Troy Melton, and Reese Olson, all rotation pieces on the IL. I'll go first on the Tigers. I actually going to be pretty quick because they added Valdez and Kenley, and they lost or Kenley Jansen, and they lost Tommy Kahnle. Sorry, name kind of got mixed up. I think Kevin McGonigal will not start the season up. I think he should in every way. He's the second best prospect in the sport behind Connor Griffin in Pittsburgh. This team is maybe going to start Javi Baez at short. I don't know.
He played outfield most of last year, right? At the end of the year.
Yeah. What's that?
He played outfield at the end of last year.
Yeah. What'd you say, Chad?
Yeah, Baez at short.
I mean, who else is going to play short?
I like Trey Sweeney.
I mean, maybe. He's not even on here, so I wasn't looking at his name.
I like Sweeney at short. I still got Baez. I got Javi starting in center. I don't know who else. Maybe
Mine has
Meadows,
Winsell Perez. I mean, it's interchangeable.
Yeah.
But
you're not paying him that much to not start.
I mean, this team was the 1 seed for, I'd say, 6 months last season. Maybe not 6, maybe 4. They really rolled early and just continued. And then they hit a wall there late summer. The summer wall, Yankee fans know because we hit it every year. This is a good team. You add Kevin McGonigal, a team can be even better. Glaber's just a good second baseman, just is. He's never going to be great, but he's never going to be bad. I don't know how he is the defense anymore. I haven't seen enough Tigers games, but he's a good bat. Kerry Carpenter's solid. Riley Green strikes out 190 times a year, but is a good player. Torkelson finally broke out. The lineup to me could use some work, but I mean, it's still a good lineup. It's the rotation where it really looks good. Skubal's, I mean, just dominant. Adding Valdez, hopefully he doesn't throw a ball at his catcher's face this time. Jack Flaherty is just good enough to be in a rotation. I personally don't think Verlander would have been in this rotation if it wasn't for the injuries. The bullpen to me is a little sketchy, and that's what their problem was last year. They couldn't close games. 87-75. I think this is a good team. I think this team has every chance to win the division if they didn't blow it last year late. But I don't think this team is as dominant as some teams think. Now, I wouldn't want to face this team in the playoffs with Skubal and Valdez as a 1-2. But as a season-long team, they don't scare me as much as some of the other teams in the American League do.
The Tigers will make the playoffs. I would say that right now. They're going to make the playoffs without Skubal. Dimaj and I have talked a lot of times. He's a future Met, one way or another. Whether he gets flipped to some random dark horse team this year or whatever, 2027 or without the 27 season, 28, Skubal is going to be a Met.
Yep, I agree.
In spite of the rotation, I like Valdez. The rest of it, I'm not a fan of Flaherty. I'm not a fan of Casey Mize. Verlander, I think it's more nostalgia than results.
Yeah.
But I disagree. I like the bullpen. I like Kenley Jansen closing. I like Finnegan setting him up. I like Will Vest setting him up. You get through that, that's going to get you 3 or 4 days a week. My big one, I'm waiting to be right about this. I love Spencer Torkelson.
He broke out last year. He's a good player now.
I think he's got there's something bigger coming. There's a reason they gave him the glove to first base to take over for me. I still think there's something really special coming. I like Gleiber at second. I like McKinstry backing up everywhere in the infield. I like Colt Keith. I like Sweeney at short. I like Baez being able to back up the infield.
Sweeney, Yankees legend.
I like Riley Green. I like Meadows. I like Baez. Right field is I'm looking right field's the big weak spot for me.
Gary Carpenter.
The Tigers are at 87.5, 85.5.
That's a little lower than I thought.
I think in a very weak AL Central. Again, much like they had the Royals at 82.5. I think the Tigers are a good 85, 86 win team. And unfortunately, that's enough to win the Central.
Yep.
That's enough to win this division. I
like their rotation, obviously. That's their, but they are injury away from not being Skubal goes down for 2 months or Valdez. I mean, I think that hurts them a little bit. I am a Flaherty fan. I think Flaherty he's serviceable. I think he can keep you there. I'm not key on their lineup. I think a lot of them overperformed last year than what they could have. I think you're going to see. I mean, they do have some stars that could be good. They are with their rotation, and I do like their bullpen too. I think with the rotation in their bullpen, that'll win them some ball games, especially in AL Central. Their lineup will get enough runs probably to do it. I think Baez will be your center fielder. I do. Gleyber Torres is a piece of shit, so he can whatever he wants.
Yankees legend, Gleyber Torres.
Yeah. So any of the rest of them, this team, I think 85 wins. I could see that, and that's with the rotation. But if that rotation has any injuries or anything, I think that is a team that could just. I don't think they can score enough runs to keep them. And maybe the Central they can, but against some of the better teams in the AL, I think that would hurt them a little more.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think any team from the Centrals winning the AL. I think this is the beast of the East. This is Yankees, Red Sox, all them. I know this is about
I think the Mariners have got a team, that could do it. So
okay. All right, first place team from last year, Stormback, beat them in a series and won the division in the last week. The Cleveland Guardians, 88-74. Tell you what, quietest offseason in the sport was in Cleveland. They added Rhys Hoskins from Milwaukee, and they didn't lose a soul. This is a carbon copy, almost the same exact team. Chad shaking his head.
Cleveland they don't spend money.
No, they don't.
This Sorry. Yeah.
I'm going to go through the lineup real quick. Left field, Stephen Kwan. Right field, George Valera. Third base, Jose Ramirez. DH, Kyle Luzardo. First base, non-roster invite, Reese Hoskins. Center field, Chase DeLauder. Shortstop, Gabriel Arias. Catcher, Bo Naylor. And second base, Brian Rocchio, with David Fry, Austin Hedges. And I don't know who the other two guys are on the bench. Rotation looks like Gavin Williams, Tanner Bybee, Slade Cassani, Logan Allen, Joey Cantillo, whatever. Bullpen looks like Cade Smith at closer, Hunter Gaddis, Sharon Armstrong, Kurt Zabrowski, Matt Festa, Tim Herron. Don't know the other guys. And I put on here, because it still has not been official, even though it is official, on the restricted list, Luis Ortiz and Emmanuel Clase, who won't ever play again, but technically they're still there on paper.
He reported spring training.
What's that?
Clase was at spring training for a minute.
I know. Chad, go first on him. What do you got?
Cleveland is one of those, and again, they added nobody. They added Hoskins. I think he is their opening day first baseman. Jose Ramirez is going to again have a third, fourth place finish in MVP because nobody knows who he is, despite how good he is.
Yep.
Dude's one of the. He's already punched his ticket to the Hall of Fame for me. I think he's already there. And again, I love talking about the betting side of it. Cleveland is at 80.5 wins. They're going over.
Yeah.
I think they're fighting Detroit and Kansas City for that first place. Again, we're talking 85, 86, 87 wins. Cleveland is just one of those teams. They're good every year.
Yep.
They are a bunch of nobodies, and they always win. I think I could see Stephen Kwan getting dealt. I know the Dodgers have had interest in him. I could see him going to the Dodgers, and they take some no name out of the Dodgers. This is our 34th ranked prospect, and he comes to Cleveland and figures it out, and now he's suddenly good. I couldn't tell you a lot about Cleveland's roster, but again, they're always in it. I think that second base prospect, Travis
Bazana.
I think he's going to be really close. I think he shows his face.
He'll find his way there this year.
I like Kyle Manzardo. I liked when the Rays got him. I could see him having a solid year. Just again, Cleveland outside of Jose Ramirez are a bunch of nobodies. They contend every year. They're going to be in the thick of it come mid to late August, early September. I don't know if they make the playoffs. They make it interesting. They make it fun.
Roy?
I agree. This team is just. I mean, you didn't do anything to upgrade. You traded some of your better players last year and still won. I think Stephen Kwan will get dealt either. I mean, they got a young pitching staff. I mean, they got some. It seems like they always find ways to pitch in Cleveland. They always get some guys. I think this team will do what you said. They'll keep it close, but I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I just think this team is not that well designed, too young. I mean, Ramirez is still, good, but I don't think he can carry the load. He's 30. He's going to be 30. He's 33 and a half. It's starting to get there where he can't carry the load. He's got nobody. I mean, none of the other guys can really hit with power the way that they need.
Yeah.
Just because they're in the Central, they'll keep it close, but I just don't. I don't see them being able to compete with the Royals or Tigers.
Yeah, this team's a confusing one for me. It's a good team. I don't think they're as good as they were last year at 88 and 74. I think they've got to take a step back. I think Kansas City's better than they were last year. I think Detroit's probably about as good as they were last year. Maybe better if you add Valdez on paper. But I don't know what Scuba looks like at the end of the year, so I don't know if he'll be there. I agree. You guys hit on the head. I thought I was going to be the only one to say it. I don't think Stephen Kwan finishes the season here. So I take Stephen Kwan out in the last couple of months, and I look at Valera in the outfield. I look at I don't know who would be in left, and then I look at Chase DeLauder in center. They're relying, and their pitching staff, their bottom three guys are 26, 27, 26. I'm not counting Gavin Williams and Bybee because they've established themselves enough at this point. Those other three guys, Logan Allen's had his cup of tea, but you're really banking on a lot of young players to play well, which they can. I'm not saying they're not going to, but I'm afraid if they don't take a next step, that this team could finish third. They could finish first again, for all I know. But I'm afraid that if they don't play well and they lose some players, they finish third, and then they're probably not in the playoff mix. This team's a really confusing one for me because I could see it going both ways. But I guess we'll find out. Okay. What we do, Chad, at the end of each division, we give our predictions on the standings. This is if you were to place a bet in order from 5th to 1st, what do the standings look like? Roy, I'm going to have you go first.
Sounds good. I have Minnesota finishing 5th last. I have the White Sox in 4th. I have the Guardians in 3rd, Royals in 2nd, and then the Tigers winning the division. Just because that starting rotation.
Okay. Chad, I'm going to have you go next.
I'll copy him exactly. I think the Twins, I'll even go one further. I'll give you some records. I think the Twins, we're looking at 63-99. I think the Sox coast right past them. I think we're looking at 70-92. That's my low end for the Sox. I can see Cleveland going 80-82 on the year. Kansas City going 85-77, and I'm going to give the Tigers 87-85. I don't think there's a single team in that division that gets to 90.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to have the exact same one. My caveat will be I'm not saying I think that they should do this. I don't know if the Tigers are going to have the nuts to trade Skubal. I just don't know if they will, because I have a feeling they're going to be right there. No matter, even if they're not winning the division, they'll be right there for a playoff mix. To me, that's hard to sell to your fan base that we're going for it, and then you trade Tyreek Skubal. I just don't believe it, because I believe the Tigers think they could resign. They probably know they're not, but I think they could, because I think Tyreek Skubal probably likes it there. It's a hard pitch to hit in general. The Tigers just will not be able to bid what the other teams will bid.
Arbitration said bye-bye Skubal.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're going to be able to trade him.
I can see trading him.
If the Tigers trade Tyreek Skubal, the Royals will win this division. If the Tigers do not trade Skubal, I don't think the Royals will win this division. So I have the Royals in 2nd, Tigers in 1st, but I'm putting a caveat that if he gets dealt at any point, I will have the Royals win the division. So. And I don't have Bryce's. I did get Bryce's AL West predictions. So it's on our sheet, but I don't have his central one yet. So. And that's all I got. Chad, thanks for coming on to do the AL Central.
No problem. Happy to talk about the White Sox not being miserable this year.
It can't be worse than it was 24.
We'll bring you on for the mid-year report.
Yes.
Hey, mid-year, I'm telling you, the Sox are going to be average.
All right.
Hey.
Thanks, Chad.
Peace.
Hey, thanks.
Peace.
All right. Let's go to this. Bang. All right. Next, we're going to talk about World Baseball Classic. I don't know, Roy, if you got to see any of the games at all yet, other than last night.
I've watched America, and I've watched. Yeah, the funny thing, I have watched. I think what game was it? The Mexico Brazil? I think is what I watched.
Yeah.
So I've seen some highlights of the other ones. Japan's tearing it up.
Yeah, they're playing a weak division or pool. So do we, though, in theory. So, I was at USA against Great Britain and Brazil. It was electric. It was great to watch. They didn't play as good as they could have, but they still obviously beat them pretty good. I'm going to go over the standings, and we're not going to go through every pool and talk about every team. Out in Pool A, playing in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is 3-0. And backstory, every team plays 4 games, so 4 games is the max. Puerto Rico is 3-0. They have advanced. Now, they don't know if they're going to be in 1st or 2nd. 2 of the 5 teams advance. They will advance. They just don't know if it's 1st or 2nd. Cuba is 2-1. Canada is 1-2, and Canada is currently playing, and they are beating Puerto Rico, who's 3-0. But that really doesn't matter because Canada and Cuba are going to play each other tomorrow, and basically the winner is going to advance and the loser is going to go home. So, but if Canada was to beat Puerto Rico and then beat Cuba, then Canada would go to the 1 seed. But that doesn't matter. Basically, Puerto Rico's moving on, and either Canada or Cuba is going to move on, depending on who wins tomorrow. Colombia finishes at 1-3, and Panama finishes at 1-3. Pool B in Houston, Texas, USA are 3-0. Italy is 2-0. Mexico is 2-1. Great Britain is 1-3, and Brazil and 0-4. Great Britain and Brazil have been eliminated. Same exact situation as what we just explained. Mexico and Italy are going to play Wednesday, tomorrow, and basically the winner will move on. The only way that doesn't happen, like that one doesn't move on, is if Italy beats USA tonight by like 10 something runs, then the run differential works in. But I just don't see that. Even if the USA was lose, they're not going to lose by a boatload. So USA is going to move on, and then the winner is going to move on probably. If USA wins tonight, they're the 1 seed no matter what.
Hell, they would have blown out the Mexico if it wasn't for Bryce's Boyd, Chicago
Yeah.
Cubs Boyd pitching.
I agree. And then Pool C in Tokyo, this one is completely done. Their time zones are different, so they've actually already finished. Japan wins it at 4-0 as the 1 seed. Korea 2-2, but they beat Australia, who is also 2-2, to hold the tiebreaker. Chinese Taipei finishes 2-2, but they were eliminated because they lost to Korea and Japan early. And then it says Czechia, but it's really Taiwan. Taiwan finishes 0-4, and they're out. Over in Pool D in Miami, Venezuela and Dominican Republic, the 2 favorites, are both 3-0, still have to play each other. So the winner is going to be the 1 seed, the loser is going to be the 2 seed. Those 2 teams have moved on. Israel 1-2. They're playing Netherlands, who are also 1-2, and Israel's up 6-2 in the bottom of the 7. So I'm going to say Israel is 2-2, and the Netherlands are 1-3, and then Nicaragua is 0-4 and have been eliminated. So. Yep, those are the WBC standings. USA, they have the best pitching staff, I'd say, in the tournament. I'd say the team that's looked the best so far has been the Dominican Republic. They have the best lineup. I don't think any question. And they're all hitting right now. But again, I don't think they're in a load. The pool play to me is a little iffy because they're playing some pretty bad teams. USA played some pretty bad teams. Let's see what they do when they face each other. But I would say Venezuela, DR, Japan, USA, I'll even throw Mexico in there, and Puerto Rico are probably your favorites, like the 6 of them, to win a game or like win it. But we'll see. But it's been fun so far to watch. Really exciting.
Yep.
All right. That's all I got for baseball.
All right. College basketball, regular season is over. We are conference play tournament. They've actually got, I think, 7 teams have qualified already.
Yep.
I think there's a couple more tonight. The Big Ten tournament started today. A lot of the other tournaments start today. I'll go with the top 15 here. Duke 1, Arizona 2, Michigan 3, Florida's 4, Houston's 5, Connecticut 6, Iowa State 7, Michigan State, whiny bitches at 8, Illinois 9, Virginia 10, Nebraska 11, Gonzaga 12, St. John's 13, Kansas 14, and Alabama 15. Next week is this Sunday is the announcement of the tournament. So
Election Sunday.
We will do a podcast on our tournament thing, and we will be hosting a tournament online on what is ESPN's
ESPN Bracket Challenge. We will do another one.
So
$20 entry fee. It'll be fun. Last year was electric. We had a Final Four, and all 4 people had a chance to win. They just, if each game went one way, it was a great finish.
I can't wait for it. So this will be interesting to see how we do all that. And I don't think you're going to see the upsets as much this year, but you never know.
There's some solid mid majors that can knock off. I just don't think you're going to see one of the big boys get knocked off.
I don't think you'll see a top 16 team get beat in the first round.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, 15.
That's top 4 seeds. The top 4 seeds. Yeah, I need to. I don't think you'll get. I don't think.
I would say around the 4 line is where I would start, maybe. But yeah, you could.
I'd start at the 6 line if you're going to do upsets. I just think with the NIL money and the stuff that's going on nowadays, these mid majors don't have the horses to do what they used to.
All right, miscellaneous. You got a game, Roy?
Well, I do, but it's kind of tough, and I'll just do this first part with you. Can you name? It's baseball season. we'll see it. Can you name the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams that have not won a major league won a World Series?
Ooh. All right. Can I start?
Never won a World Series. Go ahead.
Can I get 3 strikes? Because I don't know if I
I'll
know.
give you. I'll give you 3 strikes.
Tampa Bay Rays.
Yes.
Okay, that one I did know. Have the San Diego Padres ever won?
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
They've never won one.
Okay. I didn't actually know that. I just kind of think, okay, so I'm 2 for 2. You said there's 5?
There's 5. Yep. 2 of 5.
Oh, nope, they won. Beat the Yankees, actually. Out east. Maybe I should think out west. Seattle.
Seattle's never won one.
I knew that one, actually. I think out west. San Francisco, I think, is one. No, I think. I think they have one. I know they've won. The Athletics have won. The Rockies. Feel like the Rockies have won. Matt Holliday never won one out. I'm gonna go with the Rockies, even though I do think they've won somewhere.
The Rockies have never won one.
Oh,
so you got
okay.
one more team left.
I'm doing much better than I thought I would, actually. Then no, it's Rockies. Royals. God, I think the Royals won in there somewhere. Maybe not, though. The Yankees rolled the. Let's go down south. Atlanta's won. Marlins have won. Mets have won, I think. Have the Brewers. I'm going to go with the Brewers.
You are correct.
Wow.
Yep. So next time I was gonna do if you had him still on here, I was gonna see if you guys could guess last time I was gonna give you a team, say like the Yankees. When's the last time they won a World Series? Could you name the year?
But 09. Yeah.
We'll do that.
That's a good game.
We'll do that next time.
Okay. Before I get to my game, we aren't talking football yet. I know free agency is going on. We won't touch anything until the draft. Roy, did you get the news before you got onto the podcast?
I did. My son Bronx made sure I knew that before I came on here because I did not pop up my phone, but he told me and I saw it.
Crazy. Did you read it? Like why?
No, I haven't seen anything.
They're afraid that their picks might be too good, so they called and said, "No, thanks. Actually, we're good."
Wow.
So it's not physical. No. Okay. To jump into my game. Are you ready, Roy? I have one tough question, I think. It's not really that hard, but I could see where you could find it challenging.
I'm gonna struggle if you're gonna do AL Central because I don't know much about the
I
AL.
do have a couple AL Central. Number one, I need you to make me a Tigers player currently on the roster.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Javier Baez.
Oh, man, I really thought I might get you on the first question. I had the old man, Justin Verlander.
No, I figure because last week you kept saying the name and you said Verlander. Yep. You said names. So I paid attention this week.
Second question. I need you to name me a current shortstop in Major League Baseball. Starting shortstop.
Oh, starting shortstop. Okay. Got one.
Go ahead.
Jacob Wilson from the Astros. Or the A's.
That is correct. I went with the third best player in the sport, Bobby Witt Jr. I just want to put his name down.
I like Bobby Witt. It's hard for me because I think I love Bobby Witt. I think he's
so good.
Great player.
Third one. Any Rangers player in the last 10 years? Come on, you want to say him. You know
no
you
idea. But I'm not going to. I don't want to say him.
say it. Say it, Roy. You know you want to say it.
I got
you
it.
know you
Jacob
know who
deGrom.
I have. Who?
Jacob deGrom.
Who do you think I have?
Joey Gallo.
Joey Gallo, Yankees legend, is who I have. You are correct.
I knew, and that's the first thing that popped in my head. I'm like,
I know it is.
I cannot say that name. I cannot
Joey
say
Gallo.
it.
Yankees legend, Joey Gallo. Next one. Now, this is where the next two are a little bit tougher. I actually don't think the last one's very hard at all. So, the next one. Now, this isn't hard. It's just, I need you to name me any left-handed pitcher, starting pitcher in the history of the sport.
In the history of the sport?
Any of them. Come on. Say the same one as me.
Randy Johnson.
We both had Yankee lefties. Andy Pettit.
So that's my favorite lefty of all time. But
Why didn't you say him?
no, because I love it.
This is the one I need to get you on because I don't know if I'm going to get you on the next one. I need you. We talked World Baseball Classic a little bit. Need you to name me a current World Baseball Classic player who's currently playing for Team Mexico.
Oh, team.
That plays in Major League Baseball. I don't need you to name me some dude no one's ever heard of.
God,
Playing in Major League Baseball.
I watched that game last night, and am I trying to think who? Randy Rosarina. That's the only one I know that's on the.
You move on. I had Blue Jays legend who lost in the World Series, Alejandro Kirk.
Oh no! I forgot about him, and I was making fun of him last night.
There's Randy Rosarina, Kirk, Jonathan Aranda, the Rays first baseman, and then Jarren Duran, Red Sox outfielder. Those are the four that instantly.
Duran popped in my head, but I thought maybe that's who he got. Because I like Duran as a ball player.
He's a good player. 6, last one. You can win this one. This one's not too hard. In the last 10 years, I need you to name me a player that's played for the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox.
Oh, in the last 10 years.
Only in the last 10 years. I'm going to have my phone ready just in case you say the same name as me.
Last 10 years, Yankees and Red Sox. I mean, I got a bunch of names, but I don't. It's hard. 10 years. So you're talking about like 2015.
Yep.
Gosh dang it. Oh, let's think of a hard one so I don't. Do you have to play for the major league team, or can you be in the minor league?
Majors, both.
I was going to say Garrett Whitlock. I was going to say.
Didn't play for the
he's in a minor league. That's why. That's why I was going to say his name.
You love Garrett Whitlock.
I do. That dude's a stud. Was he 10? Has it been 10 years since he played? I mean, he didn't play the last several years.
I mean, if it's close, I'll count it. If it's something in the 2000s.
I know there's more, and I just, for some reason, on the top of my head, I cannot think. Because I think the one I know for sure, I think you got him. Or I'll just say Chapman, Aroldis Chapman.
I do not have Aroldis Chapman. That was the other name I was between. I thought you would know him and say a different name.
Who'd you have?
I've said his name we've said his name a few times tonight. Andrew Benintendi.
Benintendi. See, I was thinking Ellsbury.
Yeah, I would.
And
I would have counted Ellsbury.
He didn't play till about the last 5 years, so I don't remember when that cutoff line was.
I think he played in like 18.
Did he? I just don't remember. Yeah. I was trying.
All right, that's all I got. You passed this one. Next week's gonna be harder.
Good.
Next week's gonna be harder. I'm gonna throw an MLB draft question in there. You're gonna be screwed.
Oh yeah, you get draft question. I'm done.
Like button, subscribe, comment. Next week we roll the AL East, best division in baseball, no doubt.
And then the following week's draft is the following week the draft. Then
and the following week we will do our draft, and then the following week when we do our draft on Tuesday, opening night is Wednesday night for the New York Yankees in San Francisco. So. It's about to get real. So Italy is up
Wait.
3-0 on USA right now.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
Like button, subscribe, comment. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.